So we are deep into our new series called The Chef's Secrets. Videos showing you all the kitchen tips and tricks that we do that most people don't know about. And what is the purpose of this series? So that you know those secrets at home and achieve maximum flavor with all your dishes. One of those techniques we're going to talk about today is brining. Dry versus wet. If you don't know what that is, stick around. I'll show you later in the video. Okay, let's get brining.
So we're going to make a 5% wet brine solution. What does that mean? 1 liter of hot boiling water and 50 grams of sea salt and 50 grams of sugar. Mix that in until it's dissolved. That equals a 5% solution. Then we're going to put in about half a spoon there of some black peppercorns, about a tablespoon of fennel seed. You can crush them up if you really want to. I haven't bothered. A few sprigs of thyme, put them in, and some bay leaves, and we're going to whack those right in. A couple should do the trick quite nicely. Then add in 7 to 8 crushed cloves of garlic and about a tablespoon of chili seed, or less if you don't like it spicy. Now mix that through. Smells delicious, and you want this to be completely cold. Put it in your fridge to speed up the process. Then we're going to get about 15 wings or so. Got these nice little chicken wings, a little bit small, but they'll have to do. Put them in a Ziploc bag, because what we're going to do is we're going to put the cold brine all over this, and we want them fully submerged. So a Ziploc bag is one of the best ways to do this. You can use a bowl as well. Okay, now we've got our wings in a bag, and then we've got our cold brine, and we're going to pour this over. You can use something thick like chicken thighs. This process works better really on whole joints of meat, but this is a good way because what this is doing is going to penetrate the flavor all the way through to the bone and add a bit of moisture into those wings. Set that aside for 4 to 6 hours or even overnight. Now to the dry brine. So I'm going to get some equal quantities of kosher salt, which isn't too salty, so it's perfect. Probably about a spoon in each there. And then one of them, I'm going to add in about a teaspoon of ground fennel. Mix that through. Now we've got 2 different dry cures. I'm going to just show you the process. Set that aside, and we've got some lovely chicken thighs here, which are bone-in, skin on. And what we're going to do is make sure they're completely dry. So get a bit of kitchen towel. This Bounty stuff is awesome, by the way. Blot it until it's completely dry all over. Once this is dry, we're going to take our salt, plain salt first, the kosher one, and we're going to start sprinkling that on the flesh side on 2 of these chicken thighs. We're going to flip it over and then pour it over on the skin as well. Be nice and generous here. What you're doing is you're using a process called osmosis, and this is drawing out that moisture. That salt is then going to get reabsorbed back into the flesh, tenderizing the meat and season it all the way through. So you're going to have an insane crust, and it's going to be nicely seasoned and juicy. Now with the other one, we're going to do the fennel salt, so you can see the difference between the two. 2 different processes for 2 different types of applications, the dry versus the wet brine. Now we're going to transfer that chicken on a little wire rack. Make sure you've got a tray underneath to catch any juices that drip. And then we're just going to put that in the fridge for 4 to 6 hours or overnight.
So you can see the dry one here, right? And you can see the difference. So you've got your chicken there. The skin's gone really dry because it's been in the fridge. And a little bit of moisture is coming out here. But you can see the color has started to change of the skin. That's just the salt brine. This one with the fennel, it started to color the skin. You can see there's a bit of a difference there. Okay, we'll cook these up and then we'll compare this to the wet brine.
Just going to brush off some of the fennel from the top of this one. Add a little bit of sunflower oil. Just brush that so you get a nice glaze on that chicken. And then I'm just going to roast it in the oven. Meanwhile, I'm going to get those chicken wings out of that brine. That should be a song. I'm going to drain these off, get some kitchen towel, and then what we're going to do to wash off that excess brine is just dunk them in some cold water just to get off some of those spices, and then put them in some fresh kitchen towel, blot them till they're dry, brush them with a bit of oil, put them on a rack, and then we're going to roast these in the oven as well. In the meantime, I'm going to make a cheeky wing glaze. I'm going to finally chop up about 4 or 5 cloves of garlic, scrub the board down, very important. Then I'm going to squeeze in half a lemon and half a blood orange that's left over from my compressions video. Nice generous knob of butter, get that in the pan. We're going to add a little bit of oil so that butter does not burn, and then a good heaped tablespoon of good raw honey. Mix that through until it's melted, add in your garlic, mix that round again for a minute or 2, and then add in the blood orange and the citrus juice. Look at that change color, that looks unreal. Then I'm going to put a few leaves of thyme from a couple of sprigs. You can just see already, look how good that glaze looks. It's a complete experiment, so let's just see what turns out. Bit of pepper, bit of salt, and some chili, and we got a lovely little wing glaze ready to rock and roller. Ooh, that looks good. Okay, our chicken should be done about now, so I'm going to set this aside. Look how crispy that is, the dry cure one. Okay, let's cut one of these dry brine ones open. Look at the juice. It's just exploding out of the side of that chicken. That is super juicy, dripping off my hands there. See if I can get you a little close up. This is really hot and burning my hands. But yeah, that's pretty juicy. After 24 hours, the texture definitely has firmed up a little bit. Let's have a cheeky taste. My God, does that taste good. Woo. Okay, now moving on to the wings. They look nice and crispy. A little bit small, I wish they were a bit bigger. I'm going to put a few aside plain so you can taste the brine. And then the others, I'm going to toss in that wing sauce that we got. Get plenty of it on. Give that a good little mixy-laroo. And then we're going to put that on a plate. Make it look a little bit fancy. And then our chicken sampler is ready. Let's get stuck into this one, my friends. Dry versus wet. Who wins?
So there we have dry cure, dry brine, and the wet brine. Which one is more juicier? Let's see. So we'll start with the chicken wing. It's still juicy. So you can taste the flavor in this from everything that we put in the brine. Really nice. With this cheeky little glaze that we made. I think I might be onto something there. Blood orange, bit of chili, butter, garlic, honey. Very nice. This is the dry cure. Now these have been sat out a while. There's only one way to do this. Cheers. I think we've got a winner. The dry cure, even though this has been sat out a while, the dry cure is still juicy. You get the flavor all the way through. Absolutely delicious. That's just salt. That's added to this chicken, nothing else. But it's gone all the way through in the meat. It's made it nice and tender. Super juicy. You can just see that. And really nice crispy skin. That's crazy. Just dry cure a chicken and then roast it. That will be a game changer. I think the wet brine is really good if you've got like a big joint of meat, because it will go all the way through and permeate through. These wings were a little bit too small. I think if they'd been a bit bigger, they'd have been good. Maybe some chicken legs. They are really nice. They are super juicy and tasty. I mean, you can see, you can just see that it's still glistening inside. So it's not dry at all. Right, my friends, give this one a go. With the chicken, you can leave it for about 4, 5, 6 hours. Dry curing works really good on fish. So get a bit of cod, put it on there, leave it for about an hour, wrap it up, and it will keep nice and firm. So when you cook it, it won't fall apart on you. That's a really good little tip as well. But like I said, the wet brine has its place. But for juiciness, for this competition, dry cure wins. Okay, my friends, I'll see you all on the next video. If you're new, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I appreciate all of you that have done so far. Okay, catch you all on the next one. Cheers.